Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope that you had a great trading day. I'm going to go through these levels. We were looking for a 447.7 bounce, but we did not get that. We opened below it. We kind of shot below it. Data really pushed us down. We had an area of interest here at 446, and it did give you some bullish price action, but we never really made it back to opening print. This was a very clear downward trending day. There was not a lot of pullbacks. You really could only utilize these EMAs for those kinds of pullbacks and wait for really a lot more significant price action to show you that there could be a bounce or a pullback that maybe you could be interested in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit better here because power hour is messing up with the volume. So you can kind of see here, like we're coming down. We hit here on lower volume, higher volume. So we get a little bit of a bounce here, but it rejects, the opening print area and this EMA here on high volume and pushes us back to the downside. We get a little bit of a swing low, and then a retest of this area. Again, low volume on the way up, and then the volume's getting pushed on the way down. But these are definitely not on SPY, but I fell for one of these today too. So it was a tough day for calls for sure. If you were trying to take calls, it was not a great day for you. And it's really the same kind of thing here. We break down on really good volume. We have a little bit of buyer presence here, but then it's just real low, and it sits here and goes sideways for a long time. Was able to capitalize a little bit on the way down on my futures account here on ES following SPY, and even was able to pick up a little bit of this bounce as well. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at why that bounce area is significant. You can kind of see that we had a real big takeoff here. It was even more present on ES. I think that this was probably a reaction to data as well, and you can kind of see that there's the bottom of these wicks and bottom of these candles. We had this breakdown, liquidity sweep, and then a push up. And so when we got back down into this area, noting that we had a candle like this on really strong volume, we had small volume coming down, and then this explosive large wick. It's worth a shot to try and take calls there, just with real tight stops. I mean, real tight. Or wait to see what happens at the EMAs and take it on the way back down. That's equally as good. But we held this area pretty well, pretty much throughout the rest of the day. We did end up creating a lower low there, or a new low a day towards the end there. But we're gonna go for Tesla. We were looking at the 276 bounce, 276 bounce. We did not get it, but we did get a really nice move back up to that area. You can see it here as well. Sorry, the volume bars are like not showing the way that I really want them to. You can see that when we come down here, you do have, pretty good volume from buyers, I think. This is a little, this is nice to see with the wicks on the bottom here. And then you've even got a little bit of increasing volume on the way out. But as soon as we're hitting these EMAs, you can kind of see that volume's like really declining, and it's having a hard time like getting higher at this point. See a little bit of a reversal bar here. You got 276, which is the level that we were watching for bounces, and it's an easy reject to take. Decreasing volume up to your level, reversal candles, go for it. And obviously, that's what we were trying to see in SPY on the way down, but this one also matches the trend for the day. It's below print, it's below all of our levels. For whatever reason, I don't have view up on here, but we were also looking for 309 bounces. We did not get that. Meta went all the way back down below 300. That's wild. Again, you're just going to be looking for those pullbacks to the EMAs, looking for decreasing volume on the way up and increasing volume on the way down to support your move. We did not get a break and hold over 177 on on Apple either. Everything just dumped today. Um, Lost all of the gains that it worked so hard all week to get up to. Just all indices went down. Was looking at a 376 bounce. We obviously ended up opening under it. Beyond that, I was looking for 375.60, which is right here. And we obviously didn't get that either. It doesn't even look like it was trying to bounce there. Right here, we did have our we do have a trend line that I've been tracking, and we just busted right through that thing. But this is the area. This is where I got myself stuck in calls. I loved that we had this increasing volume, small candles here, and then even when we broke below, we snatched back up right to this trend line on good volume. And you could take a little bit to the upside, but obviously it was not meant to be. However, if you watch for this, I closed the charts at that time, but if I had been a little bit more patient and watched for this move below, you can see that we have buyer step in here, and then volume just disappears, and you start to see these reversal candles show up right on our EMAs and right on that trend line. It would have been a great time to try a short position, but I was done for the day at that point after having lost on Meta and QQQ. And that's pretty much it. Well, that's not true. We were looking at AMD as well. AMD also did not give us the bounces that we were looking for, and there's not much to say on it that I haven't said on everything else. Wait for the pullbacks. It's a downtrending day. Wait for the pullbacks on the EMAs or on your areas of interest, and then go short from there. Pretty simple trending day in that regard. But it's also really important to note that my particular mistake, looking for calls in a downtrending day, being able to adapt when your thesis doesn't play out, and you've got to make a new plan, and trying not to have too strong of a bias. Today I had too strong of a bias for upside, and it bit me, and so I'll be coming back Monday after studying these charts and getting ready to adapt. Hope you guys had a good one, and I will talk to y'all later.